Hey, what's up, everybody? Today's episode, we're going to be talking about finding victories in recovery after this.
Welcome to the 4 Mics, 13 Teeth, 1 Ankle Monitor podcast, a podcast about addiction recovery made by addicts for anyone battling addiction.
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing? I'm Gary Blanks.
Hi, guys. I'm Amanda.
So today, we're talking about finding victories in recovery. What is a victory? What is victory?
A victory is it's an act of defeating an enemy in a battle, and it's really exciting.
Right.
Because for so long we were losing.
Right.
For
yes.
so
yes.
long.
We was in a battle, lived a daily battle.
Yeah,
in
but
addiction.
it was a constant losing battle
Right.
that we just couldn't see that we were.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
it was
not
just
saying-
inevitable that we were not going to win. We were
Right.
not going to
Right.
win that
you know,
battle.
and we still have battles every day,
Yeah.
even in recovery.
But they're smaller battles.
But they're smaller battles,
in
and you know,
comparison,
and
feel like.
we find these victories, and you know, even if I have a losing day,
Yeah.
even if I have a very, very bad day, I don't consider it as a loss.
No.
I look at it as a learning experience, and so now that I'm seeing it as a learning experience, that's a small victory.
Yeah. Well,
you know,
and your worst day sober is still better
than your best day.
than your
high.
best day high.
Right.
It is.
Right. I love it.
All right. So, in order to achieve these victories, you have to set goals for yourself.
Right.
You have to set short-term goals, like getting your license back.
Right. Right. You know. These little things, you know, you have to set. You know, for me, when I had to, at one time, I had to get my license back.
Yeah.
So first off, I had to go get my Social Security card,
Yeah.
just to get my birth certificate.
Yeah,
you know,
'cause
and,
you
you know,
gotta have
and then
one.
I was bouncing all back and forth, and I'm like, this is just a never-ending thing.
It's
But
just
you
too
have to look
much.
at, okay, I got my Social Security card. That's a victory.
Yeah.
You know, I get my, you know, I'm on track, and I'm pushing forward to the main goal.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do. And even if you have a goal set, you know, we talk about goals, but that's a whole nother topic. But set goals, and if you don't make that goal, don't worry about it. Don't stress over it. Don't worry about it. Just keep pushing forward and do what you can, you know, and even if you make it through that day, that's a victory.
Yeah, well,
You know?
just make everyday goals for yourself. Just set just something simple, just something small.
Yeah, it was a victory for us to even get up this morning.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, thanks to my 2-year-old. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Sophie Lynn. But that's a goal. We
Right.
made it to church. I got dressed. I didn't wear what I planned on wearing because I was too tired to get up and get ready.
Right.
But I still got up, and we still came to church.
Right.
And, you know, we were talking about it, a small goal for me every day that kind of sets my pace for the day.
Yes.
And kind of helps me get into a more positive mood is just making my bed. Just get up. I just get up and I just make my
Doing
bed.
something, but see, that's a victory because you set your mind to do something,
Yeah.
and you did it.
Yeah.
Now that's a victory.
Yeah.
That's a small victory.
That's a victory.
And you can
And you
count
celebrate
that.
it. You're
right,
supposed to
and you
celebrate your
celebrate the little
victories.
things. You know,
You're
like
supposed to be excited about when you accomplish things because for so long we didn't accomplish anything.
yeah, right.
We didn't accomplish
We started
anything
all kind of stuff.
except
You know, had the whole
destroying
truck
our
dash
lives.
tore out. You know, the whole
Yeah.
dash of the truck tore out.
Whole
Ain't
stereo
completed
gone.
nothing.
Wires
Right.
hanging from here going to the speaker that's in the back seat.
Yeah,
Like-
have not accomplished anything.
No.
But you know, and for me, I started seeing little victories, and it actually drug court showed me this. You know, at the beginning, I noticed that I was, you know, at first I was sitting in the back pew of the courtrum, not even listening to the judge,
Yeah.
cutting up
Just
with
don't
these
even
fools.
care.
Right. And then I started noticing these guys was falling off. So I knew I had to get away from them.
Yeah.
So I started sitting in the front pew. And that's when I realized that the ones that were getting these victories or getting these stars were the guys that were sitting right behind me on the second pew.
Yeah.
You know,
The ones up there
so
paying attention,
the ones paying attention
listening.
and actually doing what they're supposed to be doing.
You could tell the ones who cared about their sobriety. and the
Right.
ones who just-
They were the ones that were getting the coupons for Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
You know, then when these guys in the back, they getting sanctioned.
Sanctions, yeah.
24 hours here, 24 hours there.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's because the ones who were sitting behind you, the ones who were getting stars, they were successfully in the process of changing the way they are looking at their life and looking at their recovery. It's not something they're being made to do. Oh, I have to do this. It's like we've said before, I get to do this.
Yes.
They're setting those goals for themselves and they're achieving those goals. And even if it's just a little metal star, like you brought one home.
Well, that was from the keychain star is actually given to us from drug court. After you graduate.
Okay, when you graduate.
So they give you a star.
Reward for your victories.
But you get stars, right? In drug court, they give you, it's a victory if you've made all your drug tests, you've made all your meetings, you're considered a star.
Yeah.
So when you're considered a star, they give you like the coupon for the Chick-fil-A or whatever, this, that, and other. Well, some of us would go and reward ourselves with these victories. You know, it was a victory that I got to start, but then it was important for us to reward yourself. So we would go get a Frosty.
Yeah.
You know, that's, hey, look, we're not, used to in our addiction, something happened and something good is going down. Hey, let's go smoke one.
Yeah,
blow one up.
Yeah.
Right. And that was the reward. And, but
find healthy rewards, guys.
Yes,
find healthy
you have
rewards.
to replace.
Not everything that you might reward yourself with is a good idea.
Right. And then those little victories though throughout drug court is what got me to my big victory was graduating drug court.
Yeah.
And then for my reward for my drug court was actually, I got it on today. It's my TJ Boyd starter kit. You know what I'm saying? Here we go, guys. This was my reward to myself for graduating. I love you, TJ. But I'm just saying, but this is, we're going to get to it too, is starting a journal, writing down these little victories. But this right here signifies I look at it every day, and this is something that I accomplished. Yeah. This is something, this is my reward. This is a very, very big victory for me.
Which has built your self-esteem and your self-confidence and the fact that you can achieve these things. You can, whenever you're first in the beginning of your recovery, it looks so big. It looks like almost like it's not real. It's too good. It's too good. But achieving those victories, seeing the victories, you have to train yourself to see those victories.
Yeah. I had trouble rewarding myself or seeing the victories because I didn't feel like I was worth it.
No.
I started doing things that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm like, how am I supposed to count something as a victory when I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing? My priorities are straight. But look, check this out. Reward yourself. That's a victory.
Because you deserve it. I mean, you really do deserve it.
Right.
You do. Regardless of the decisions you've made, make the ultimate decision for good for your life. And I mean, just making that decision is a reason that's a victory right there. The day that you decide, every day that you decide to not go get high,
that's a victory.
That is a victory. Right. Every day, every single day. Right. And your little victories will end up growing into your ultimate victories. You've got your small goal, and it's just your goals, the goals that you set for yourself. You have your small goals that are helping lead you to your bigger goal, which is, for example, getting your family back, getting a job again,
getting a job,
getting a home, just your GED. That's a big one.
Yes, it is.
That's a huge one. And that's a long-term goal. But when we accomplish those goals, that's where our victories come from.
Right. Well, and it's not necessarily you don't only find victories in the goals that you set and accomplished. You have small victories during the day that'll pop up that you don't even know that you popped up. Like you might have a phone, you might still have your old phone with old contacts, and you got somebody you just got out of jail and got a good job now, and they want to help you spend your money.
Yeah.
But you see this phone call, you see this number.
Friend?
Yeah, right. Whatever. Friend, my friend, my donkey. You know what I'm saying? I can't say the other word. But it's these little things, but you don't answer that phone call.
Victory.
That's a victory.
Victory.
And speaking on that, you need to go ahead and get rid of that phone. Go ahead and get rid of all those old numbers. And if you accomplish that, that's a victory because now you're turning your life over. Yeah. You're trying to do right and you're trying to make the right decisions.
Yeah. If you have trouble, because I know when I was in addiction, because I did fail for so long, I had a lot of trouble seeing victories, just like what you were saying.
We're not looking for the victories, though. We've already wired ourselves to the negative in our life, and we focus on everything that's going wrong. Right, we're not worried about no victories. Well, and to me, I felt worthless to even have victories.
Yeah.
To even so. But,
not even good enough for anything good to happen.
But the thing is, if you stay consistent with it,
yeah,
and consistency is a key in recovery.
You said something last night though. What you say? It was like, oh my gosh, it was the worst tongue twister ever. What was it?
Being persistently consistent.
Yeah, there you go.
I said it. Don't ask me to say it again.
It was so funny though. I tried to say it wouldn't work. But I mean, all jokes aside, it really is a key, and it may be funny to say persistently consistent, but you have to stay consistent in your recovery and in setting goals for yourself. And like he was saying, make a journal. That will really help you, because a lot of times, like I said, I had trouble seeing my victories. If you write them down, write down your day, things that happen in your day, good and bad.
Yeah, write
them down, but then you can actually see, don't focus on the bad things that happen, but look at it as, but I got through that. I got through that bad
that's a victory.
situation. So that is a victory.
Check.
But it actually gives you a visual. I've said it before, notebooks are life when you are in recovery. It is so helpful to just write down everything you learn, everything that just might stick out to you, a comment that somebody has said. I mean, but writing it down really, really helps put it into perspective that you are reaching these goals. You are reaching these victories. And even on the days that you don't feel like he said, or like you said, even on the days that you feel like you didn't accomplish anything, I bet you did. You're still here.
You're still here.
You're still sober.
Right. If you make it through that whole day without using.
Yeah.
Regardless if you fought using all day. If you don't use, that's a victory.
Yeah.
So, and then, being consistent, though, if you're not consistent in your recovery, you're going to lose the desire to keep pushing forward. And you're going to get overwhelmed. Yeah. And then you're not going to be looking for...
And we looked up the definition for consistent, because it's a big word, and this is... me and Gary are in the recovery for dummies. That's the one we're in. Yes. So we have to look. We have to have the dictionary next to us, the Bible next to us, our notebook next to us, and
hey Siri, what's the definition to
consistent?
Right.
True story. But no, it's acting or done in the same way over time. So, and that's part of the training your mind. You do the same thing, or use the same method multiple times over an extended period of time, and then
it comes natural to it. It actually will become the norm.
Yeah, it does become natural. Me and Gary I was talking last night, and I had said something about it's a battle every day. It is, and it's a battle that we have to fight every day, but it's not a bad battle, if that makes any sense.
Right. Well, we was talking about making it a choice to stay in recovery every day. I
feel like that sounded like it doesn't give much hope.
Well, you get to that point, if you stay consistent in it and you're actually recognizing your victories, it's going to you'll notice it immediately.
Yeah. But I mean, it is a battle, but I don't have to fight as hard as I used to.
It's not right,
because it has gotten a lot easier. And
for me though, a lot of the stuff that I used to stress or worry about, I let God handle it.
Yeah.
And for me, that's a victory. Not trying to handle things on my own anymore, because I know I've messed up my whole life trying to do it on my own.
Else. You done had your turn.
Yeah. Right. Tag, you're it.
Yeah, exactly. But it is the best choice and the best battle that I've ever been able to experience. I actually read one time that recovery is one of the most rewarding experiences a person can actually experience. And it really is, because there's so many achievements. There's something about addiction that really, when you finally come into sobriety, you just have this new look on life, this new positive look on life. I look at things so much, even when I was a kid, before I actually got on drugs, I didn't look at things the way I look at them now.
Right.
Addiction really has opened my eyes to a lot of...
and it can be something as small as just hearing the birds now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paying attention to stuff.
Wait a minute. That's a different bird sound I've ever heard before. Where is that? You know what I'm saying? And then go looking for it. I really want to know what's...
Being in sobriety, it sparks new interest in your life. Yes. You actually care about the noises around you that aren't police sirens.
Right.
Or banging on a door. We actually... I mean,
Right. And, speaking of new things, though, and that's another thing in recovery, you'll find victories in just trying new things. Step out of your comfort zone. Don't get too comfortable.
Yeah.
We can get complacent and plateau and not.
Sorry.
You'll miss the victories, though.
Yeah. Yeah, because you'll be like, you'll have all of your attention focused on the negative or in some kind of way, what you're not accomplishing, what you didn't get to do this week. But there's a lot that you did. But if you focus on those, then the good moments, they're just going to pass you by like they weren't even there because you weren't present mentally for those moments anyways.
And the more that you start recognizing your victories, you stay consistent consistent and focus on, okay, where's my victory in this?
Yeah.
It allows
makes you start looking for the victories.
It allows you to pick yourself up quicker if you do have a bad day.
Yeah, true.
I done had a bad day. So what? I had a victory today.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation may be. And there's all kinds of examples out there. There's really too many to name. But if you're not looking for it, you're not going to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's with anything, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
For me, I just wanted to, because I mentioned the ultimate victory, and for different people, it could be different things. For me, it was getting my family back and actually having a family. But the ultimate is the fact that I found, I learned who Jesus was.
Amen.
And I learned that even in all those times when I was alone in my addiction, I wasn't alone.
Right.
Even though I didn't see him or want to see him,
right.
Let alone even know who he was. Like, I didn't care.
So now
he was still there.
Right. So now you can look at your past as a victory.
Yeah.
I made it through that. Yeah. But the only way that we made it through was.
Yeah, he brought me through it.
Right. Was, him pulling us through it or walking beside us, carrying us
but
most of the
now
time.
I can see that.
Right.
For a long time, I didn't see anything except the pain, the hurt, the just the darkness of my past. And now I have a totally different outlook, on my past, and I wouldn't change any of it.
Right.
I wouldn't. I wish so many people didn't get hurt in the process, of me having to learn my lessons.
Right.
But I've learned them, and
victory.
Victory.
Right.
But yeah, let me see.
I love it.
Yep.
So there's some more new things though. And if you're having trouble trying to find some new things to do, try exercise.
Yeah.
Try cooking something new.
Yeah, that's fun. Not if your husband's picky, but I don't like rosemary.
Well, it's not victory because you don't use it no more.
Yeah, now it just gathers dust on my shelf. Victory.
But you have to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to, to get away from the negative.
And set those goals. Those
right.
goals are what's going to get you further and further and further. Positive goals, obviously, people.
Right.
But just set the goals for yourself. Get a journal, write them down, see those achievements, and celebrate those victories because they are there. They are there.
Right. And if you need some other help on our side, we're here every Sunday from 3 to 5.
Yeah. We're here so much, he forgets what day.
Yeah, right. We're here. What day is it? Right. So we love y'all. Y'all check out some more videos we got coming up.